All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the special budget hearing meeting for the Metropolitan School District of North Posey. And we'll open the meeting by joining me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I feel like we need Sawyer here to sing.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm. All right. Well, good morning, Mr. President and board members, and to our constituents out there as well, and here too. I know, first of all, this morning, our constituents are probably asking, why are we having a meeting on Sunday or Saturday morning at 9:00 a.m. And just kind of wanted to explain why we are here. As you are aware, the board approved the 2023 budget on October the 6th at our regular school board meeting. After that meeting, we met with our financial consultants because really, the first time in Indiana's history, or recent history at least, assessed valuations have increased drastically within the state of Indiana. And Posey County was the final county in the state of Indiana to get those assessed valuations in. And it was actually after that October 6th board meeting that we received those assessed valuations. And our financial advisors stated that because the property values of our constituents had gone up, that our tax rates were going to be coming down. This board historically, in this district historically, has kept tax rates level so that we never are increasing taxes for our property tax or for our constituents or decreasing those taxes. We just keep it level. And we feel like that those are the funds that we can continue to run this district in the best possible way that we can. Because of that, and us finding out kind of the last moment that those things were taking place, our financial consultant said in order to keep that tax rate level, that we would be able to access some additional bond money to the tune of up to about $1.6 million. For construction, for actual real costs that we would be able to use would be about 1.2. And as you are aware, this district, we have 1950s facilities. We have a tremendous amount of needs, safety needs. We have original doors on several of our buildings. We are trying to upgrade several of our alarm systems. And so we'll talk a little bit about that list here in a moment, but as we talked, the board felt like that we had needs that we could definitely address with this kind of additional funds that we have. And so what has to happen then is the budget had to be reopened. And now we were underneath state law of what is the timeline for that to happen. And so therefore, first of all, prior to this public hearing, 10 days before this, it had to be publicly advertised on the state site that's called Gateway for taxpayers to be able to see that hearing notice. And that was achieved and that was completed 10 days prior to this. Of course, today, legally, this is the last day that we can have a public hearing, because the last day or 10 days from this point, you then must approve your budget, which is going to be November the 1st. And that is the last day, according to state law, that you can approve your budget. So it wasn't a sense that we were trying to do something underhandedly or under the table. It was just a sense of that suddenly we had this thing drop into our lap, and suddenly we felt like in the best interest of the district and the kids that this was something that we could work towards and get done. And so that's why we're meeting here today on Saturday to meet the state law and at the same time to be able to get this. What will happen is this is just the budget, and within this budget, it states that this is anticipated bonds. And so what will happen is at the November school board meeting, our regular school board meeting, we will have a 1028 hearing, and that will be where the bond will be officially discussed and looked at by the board, as well as the list of items. Currently, what we've put together for this general obligation bond is we are looking at replacing some hot water heaters at the high school. We are looking at kind of securely putting some fencing on the second level railing at the gymnasium in the high school. The North Posey Junior High and High School fire system needs to be replaced and updated. We are looking at the intercom and clock system at the high school and middle school or junior high as well. Currently, those two buildings function separately, and we would like to be able, if we need to put that facility on a lockdown, to make one announcement to the entire facility. The North Elementary third and fourth playground, we did the first and second. We would like to do the third and fourth playground this coming summer, and some of that equipment has already been purchased through operations, but this will allow us to finish out the purchase of that equipment. North Elementary has about 10 exterior doors, and we've been working through that process and getting some prices. It's about $10,000 a door to replace those, so we're looking at about $100,000 or more there for that. We're needing to replace classroom furnitures in several of our classrooms, and so we're looking at grades 1 through 3 at both North Elementary and South Terrace, replacing classroom furniture. The other thing that we're also looking at is how can we strategically use this money to save us money in the future? And one of those ways is Duke Energy approached us about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and asked if we wanted to complete or mainly replace all of our lighting in North Elementary with LED lighting. At that time, we did not feel like that we had enough funds. So if this bond would go through, we would be able to go back to Duke, and that money is still there. I spoke to them this week, and that would be not only a cost savings to us to get that taken care of, but also a cost savings to taxpayers in the future for energy costs. And as you know, energy costs are constantly going up. The other thing is that we would also like to approach CenterPoint Energy for South Terrace and ask them the same question. Would you be willing to provide us with an energy efficiency program and replace, to move over to LED lights at South Terrace? The South Terrace intercom clock system also is the same way, needs to be replaced. And then as well as our North Posey Health Clinic in Wadesville, we've done some remodeling over the past few years there, prior to even I coming. And the roof is needing to be replaced at this time. In fact, actually, we currently have a little bit of a tarp over part of that roof up there. So those are just some things that we're needing. I know that we're still experiencing some issues with wastewater treatment plant out at the high school. Some of our toilets are not flushing at the high school. These are the kinds of things that in 1950s facilities that we see. And so we're wanting to get those fixed so that our community as well as our students can be proud of the facilities that we have. And so that's kind of some of the projects that we're looking at. So I just kind of wanted to give a short explanation of this. In addition to that, we're also going to be pushing out some things through social media, some video and frequently asked questions to make sure that our public understands and that this is as transparent as possible. Any questions? Anything else? Okay. So it's public hearing. All right.
Do we need to officially open the public hearing, I guess? Or?
Yeah.
I think so. I'll make a motion that we open the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Okay. So we'll officially know that somebody taking minutes here that the hearing is open at 9:10. Yeah, I think it's important when we do those facts and getting that information out that, I mean, the tax rate will bounce a little bit. But one of the risks that we run if we don't do this, and we have to do all this stuff in 2 years, that would even be more money we have to bond, which could drive the rate up at that point in time.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to avoid, is to try to keep it at a fairly level place.
Well, I think the one thing that I want our taxpayers to understand is that your tax bills have already gone out and your tax bills have already gone up because of the increase in the values of your property. What we are doing here today is not increasing your taxes. So all we are doing is continuing to keep the same rate that we have always had. And so that's what we're doing today. I want to make sure that people understand that when you see your tax bill, it's not because of what we've done here today. In fact, I think tax bills have already gone out before we even started this process. So. Yeah, you're exactly right. We have a bond that's coming off in 2024. Once again, to keep that tax rate level, we'll bring another bond on to address some other issues, and we'll talk about those construction things in the future. But this helps to keep that tax rate level and probably even more level going into that 2024 bond.
We need to vote.
No, you vote on anything today.
It's just
No,
a
I
hearing.
meant on the hearing, to open the hearing.
No. We just announced it.
Okay.
All right, next item on the agenda is patrons' concerns, and, I don't believe we have anybody signed up, so nope, we'll mark that accordingly. We also have a sign up for, budget hearing concerns. We don't have anybody signed up for that either. I think it's also important to note that the reason for 9 o'clock is so we can get done and allow those that are going to the girls' regional volleyball game to get up there, and hopefully time to support them as well. Future school board meetings.
So our next one will be November the 1st. That will be the official approval of the 2023 budget changes and adoption of the budget. And then our regular board meeting will be on November the 14th. And like I said, that will be the 1028 hearing, which we'll be getting that posting out next week to notify our constituents about that meeting on the 14th. And at that time, we'll talk about the official GO or general obligation bond.
Does anybody else have anything for the good of the cause?
The STEM challenge yesterday was, I think, a success. It was pretty cool. Go out there and watch the kids have a little bit of fun and learn a little bit about science at the same time. So,
I loved how the junior high incorporated the 6th grade students
Yes.
and just invited them out and got them incorporated, and just that little bit of, hey, this is going to be your school soon. And it's really good.
What did they do? I mean, was it?
they shot off the 2-liter bottle
Oh, okay.
air rockets.
Okay.
So that was
They had 3 different challenges. They had they built their rockets, and they had a length challenge to how far it could go across the field, a height challenge, and then they had to try to get a field goal.
And they used the football field, which
Yeah.
that was really neat to see, you
Yeah.
know, something we had never even thought of, using the turf field.
Yeah.
That was beneficial for that as well.
We appreciate Greg being one of our judges, and also Nick's Manufacturing released 2 of their employees to come be 2 of our other judges. And so we appreciate Nick's Manufacturing partnering with us on that. So,
And that was really good. The videos out on social media are well received as well. Those are good.
Okay.
All right, we wish all of our sports
Lots of things
athletes,
going on today.
lots of things going on today. Lots of our kiddos representing the community in school and in the postseason. We wish them all success. This time we'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion, we close the hearing.
I'll second
All right, so we'll mark the hearing closed officially, 9:15.
Probably won't be here on the 1st. I'm having
Okay.
surgery the day before.
Yep.
That's no excuse.
Well,
Okay.
Hold on. We need to entertain a motion. We need to entertain a motion to adjourn. We have to close the budget hearing. So now we have to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. We had 2 meetings to close.